What is going on, everyone? It's Low Motion Films back with another video, and today, as y'all can see by the title, this is top 5 budget cards in NBA Live Mobile. And before we get started, I did just want to thank you guys for all the support on my first No Money Spent episode, and this is my second upload of the day. I just uploaded a No Money Spent episode number 2 on this channel, so it would be greatly appreciated if you guys could check that out after this video. But anyways, yeah, let's get on to the list. So at number 5, we have Patrick Beverly. Now, this guy isn't very rare on the auction house. If I can find him. 68 overall Patrick Beverly. Now, 5.4K. See, like, that's just insane. For the amount of quality that you get in this card, you get a 75 layup, and this guy is arguably, for my play style, he would be better than 7-foot point guards. Even though he is on my bench, I was literally going to swap him to my starters because 75 layup is higher than literally every single 7-foot point guard in the game. So he hits layups more. Sure, he might get blocked a little bit more, and he might get a lot less bumpy on offense. Or no, he might get a lot more bumpy on offense because of how short he is. But the fact that he can make layups a lot more consistently than them is key, and that's not even the thing that separates him. The thing that separates him, 74 steal. With the way I play the game, he is better than 7-foot point guards for the sheer fact that once I wait for a point guard to bring the ball up the court, I spam the steal button because they stop to a halt, and I'm able to just poke the ball out every single time and run on a fast break. A lot of the times I do miss layups with 7-footers if I even get the steal. With Patrick Beverly, I played with him before. He can make layups. He can get steals literally like every possession. He at least pokes the ball once every possession. He's a super good defender, and I think that you guys should pick him up. The reason why I don't have him at number 4 is because a lot of guys would prefer the 7-foot point guards over this Patrick Beverly card. So at number 4, we do have every 7-foot point guard in the game because they all do the same thing. Saban Lee, LaMelo Ball, Sam Merrill, sorry if I butcher some of these names, Malachi Flynn, Peyton Pritchard, Cassius Winston, Nico Mannion, Terrell Terry, Kira Lewis Jr., Grant Ryler, and Therese Halliburton. All of them have this weird glitch where they're all 7-foot. So let me go to Saban Lee because this is my point guard card. He's probably the best one for all of these, except for maybe Malachi Flynn. So he's 7-foot. He's very common on the auction house. So he has a 70 driving layup as well as a 70 mid range. He doesn't hit layups as consistently as you would think. 70 is still bad, but he hits them when he's wide open. But he's really bad at scoring with contact. Like, if anyone's in the paint and he puts up like a post hook thick looking thing, but he's not actually in the post, like, he's gonna miss that. Patrick Beverly, he makes like every layup he puts in. So, this is the guy I have. His name is Saban Lee. There's also Flynn. Let's see if he's on the auction house. No. All right, so let's just look at point guards because there is a lot of them. I believe none of these guys are 7-foot point guards. Wait, no, this guy is, I think. No, he's not. Okay. Saturansky isn't a 7-foot point guard. Hang on, let me filter 65 plus because I don't think that there are any under that. This Ryler guy, Grant Ryler, he's 7-foot. He has a 70 layup. He's basically the same card as my what's it called, Saban Lee card. Then we have, I don't think Chris Dunn is. No, he's not. This Merrill guy, he is also 7-foot, but he has the worst stats out of all these guys. He doesn't have a good steal rating. Doesn't have anything. So literally all of these guys do the same exact thing. Even if you do manage to find a LaMelo Ball, this Terry guy is like a monster. 70 driving layup with a 71 mid range. Better than my Saban Lee. But I'm not going to sell my Saban Lee because they basically do the same thing. He only has +1 in mid range. That's like literally the only advantage he has. But yeah, literally any 7-foot point guard. This Winston guy also is a 7-foot point guard. 69 layup, not very good mid range either. So this is why I prefer Patrick Beverly because he just straight up has better stats than these guys. But yeah, a lot of people would still prefer the Cassius Winston over a Patrick Beverly for the sheer fact that he is 7 foot and he can finish over your guard uh, without getting bumpy. But Patrick Beverly is so much better stat wise to the point where I can get by people with Patrick Beverly a lot easier than a 7-foot point guard because 7-foot point guards miss a lot of shots. But it's still a 7-foot point guard is still a 7-foot point guard. Like I'm still gonna put them on the list. So number 4, all of the 7-foot point guards in the game. And then at number 3 we have Taco Fall, Boban, and Bobo. The worst out of these 3 is Boban because he doesn't have the same build as Bobo or Taco Fall. Taco Fall and Bobo have the same build. However, Taco Fall is just better because he's 7'7". But if you can't find a Taco Fall in the auction house because he is kind of rare, I'm just gonna check right now. He's actually not a bad card. So because he just like floats it, he just floats the layup over people and he makes it a lot of the time because I think he has like a 67 or a 69 layup rating and he has a 69 dunk rating. So he can actually like dunk without missing as long as he's open. So yeah, Taco Fall isn't on the auction house a whole lot. However, Bull is. I see him a lot. He's very common, and he's like 5K, not even. Um, while he does have some really bad stats, he's still an okay card. He's definitely better than Boban. That's what I will say. Even though Boban was my old center, he's still better than Boban. Like, yes, sir, 67 dunk, but he's not gonna make them, and his build is worse than Bol. So like objectively, uh, Bol is better than Marjanovic because Bol is bigger with the way his build is. He has the top. He has the Manute Bol build, while this Marjanovic guy, he has like it's like a lot less big. He's a little bit skinnier. So I would not recommend this Boban card. But if you cannot find either Bol or Taco Fall is the one I recommend the most. By the way. If you cannot find either of those guys, Boban is not a bad option. However, there is a center at the top of the list, which is why these guys are only number 3 and not number 1. And speaking of number 1, at number 1 and 2, because I could not decipher which one was better, we have Luke Kennard and Isaiah Stewart. Now, Luke Kennard, I have both of these guys on my team. I've praised this man since the day I got him. So 76 layup, so he can hit literally everything that he puts up near the basket. He doesn't have a good scoring with contact, but he has a 76 3-pointer. He hits like at least 50% of his 3-pointers for me, and that's like at least. That's on a bad day, bro. He's usually hitting like 75% of them. However, you can't just take insane shots with him. Like you have to get a little bit open at least. But he can still hit those insane shots decently consistently. Like this card is not 76 3-pointer. I don't care if you drafted RJ Barrett because RJ Barrett is just straight up worse than this card. 62 steal. That is a complete lie. Whenever I hop into a showdown game and I get a steal with this guy, it says 80 steal. There's something on this card that gives him a boost in steal. I don't know what it is, and I usually don't have an overall advantage. I usually have the disadvantage because I'm only a 70, and I'm in the Pro 3 division, about to be Pro All-Star 1. But yeah, 76 3-pointer. He hits like everything from that range. He's pretty common on the auction house, I'd say. So Luke Kennard, I see him a good bit. Luke. Okay, he's not on right now, but if you literally find him, sell your RJ Barrett first, actually, because you want this card on your team. Sell RJ Barrett if you drafted him. Sell whoever you drafted, by the way. They're not worth what they go for. None of them are good. Because the Stewart guy, the reason why he's not definitively number one is because he's a little bit rarer than Luke Kennard and he's a little bit more expensive. So let's look at centers for gold. Because gold cards are just rare in general. See, like 23K for this Stewart guy. 23K is a steep price for most cards, not for this guy. He's better than Bill Russell. Just straight up, he's better than Bill Russell. If I go into modes, and he's better than this Bill Russell. I don't know about any of the other ones, but it has to take you 18 games in season mode in order to get this. It costs 200 stamina each and every game to complete the game. Not even to win the game. To complete the game, you have to have 200 stamina. So, imagine 200 times 18. I'm not going to do the math right now, but it's 36. Unless I'm retarded. But, you have to spend a buttload of stamina to get a card that is worse than a 70 overall that costs 20k. 76 scoring with contact, sure, but I mean, I'm pretty sure, what's it called? Stewart, he has a 75 or a 77 scoring with contact. 77 layup, but the Stewart guy, he has a 77 dunk, as well as, sure, he is the same exact rebounding, if I remember correctly. I don't know. I'm really bad at remembering things. The 76-75, similar rebounding. He is Stewart has better interior stats, better scoring with contact, I'm pretty sure. I think Bill Russell had a 75 scoring with contact, if I remember correctly. Sorry, I have short-term memory. And also, another key thing that makes this card just better than 76 overall Bill Russell, that it takes you thousands of stamina to get him, is his mid-range. As well as his defense is super elite, too. He has a 74 block, a 76 on-ball defense, 77 mid-range, 76, 75 rebounding, good box out. Like, this card is just incredible, and he's literally better than Bill Russell. He's 2 inches taller, and he has better stats. And he's only 20k, compared to, like, thousands of stamina. Thousands of stamina to get this card, and he's not even better than a 70 overall. He's just not. Sure, maybe, like, the 79 overall is probably better. Yeah, like, the 79 overall is just better stat-wise. But that mid-range is key. You could still argue that the 70 overall Stewart is better than this guy. His full name, by the way, Isaiah Stewart. I don't know if I spelled the correct Isaiah, but hang on, let me just, okay, my mic audio isn't too bad. But Stewart has a better mid-range than the 79 Bill Russell. Bill Russell isn't really definitively better than Isaiah Stewart until, like, this card, because he has 73 mid-range, and that's super hittable. But, like, yes, Bill Russell, 88 overall, is the best center in the game, but by a slim margin. 78 mid-range. He barely has a better mid-range, at maxed out, than the Stewart guy. It is not worth going for that Bill Russell either, because it takes so many championships. By the way, that's my league if you guys want to join. I'm probably going to make a separate video about it. But this Isaiah Stewart guy might genuinely be just the best budget card we've ever seen. So, anyways, that's probably going to be it for the video. I know these cards' prices are, if this video gets any views, obviously, these cards' prices are going to rise substantially. That I have mentioned. This Patrick Beverly especially, he's higher. He should be higher on the list. You can argue this Patrick Beverly card is higher on the list, but you cannot argue he is not on the list. Anyways, that's the video. Goodbye.